AM versus PM, and how you tell the two apart. Every day begins at 12 a.m. We refer to this time as midnight, and every day starts at midnight. But let's pretend that today is Monday. It's Monday, 12 a.m. midnight, and you're sound asleep. Both hands of the clock are pointed toward the 12. An hour later, it's 1 a.m. The little hand has moved to the 1, and you're still asleep. An hour later, it's 2 a.m. The little hand has moved to the 2, and you're still asleep. Perhaps you're having that dream about being a brave warrior riding your winged horse to save your village. An hour later, it's 3 a.m. The moon has moved across the sky. An hour later, it's 4 a.m. The little hand has moved to the 4, and you're still asleep. Perhaps you're having another dream, this time about playing Quidditch with Harry Potter. An hour later, it's 5 a.m., and you're still asleep. An hour later, it's 6 a.m. The big hand is on the 12, and the little hand is on the 6. The sun is starting to rise, and you are starting to rise as well as you get ready for another week of school. During this time, you're probably getting dressed, brushing your teeth, and having a nice breakfast. An hour later, it's 7 a.m. The sky is turning a bright blue, the moon is starting to disappear, and you're on your way to school. At 8 a.m., you're probably in morning meeting. School has started and you're beginning your school day. At 9 a.m., you're probably into your daily 5 or perhaps doing some writing. At 10 a.m., you could be in specials. Perhaps you're in PE or art or music. The big hand is on the 12 and the little hand is on the 10. At 11 a.m., you could be in library, reading a book, getting ready to take an AR test. An hour later, it's 12 o'clock, and the morning is ended, and now the afternoon begins. So we stop referring to the time as AM and start referring to it as PM. It is now 12 p.m., afternoon. At 12 p.m., you're probably having lunch. Both hands of the clock are pointed to the 12. At 1 p.m. in the afternoon, you might be at a CARES assembly. The little hand is on the 1 and the big hand is on the 12. And the sun is starting to get lower in the sky. An hour later at 2 p.m., you're getting ready to pack up and get back on the school bus and head home. The school day is over. At 3 p.m., you're back at home, probably doing your homework or reading a good book. At 4 p.m. in the afternoon, you might be at football practice, or ice skating lessons, or some other after-school activity that you enjoy. At 5 p.m., you could be back at home, playing with some friends in the backyard. The sun continues to get lower in the sky. At 6 p.m., the sky starts to get dark. The big hand is on the 12, the little hand is on the 6, and you're sitting down for a nice dinner with your family. Since it is Monday, it might be a Pilot Knob Wendy's night, and you and your family have gone to dinner at Wendy's. At 7 p.m., the sky is getting darker, the sun is getting lower, and the moon is starting to rise. The big hand is on the 12, the little hand's on the 7, and you and your family could be sitting down in front of the TV for a nice evening of television. At 8 p.m., it's dark out. The moon is now up, the sun is gone, and you're probably in bed having a nice bedtime story read to you by mom or dad or grandma. At 9 p.m., you're asleep. It's bedtime. 10 p.m., you're still asleep. Maybe you're having a dream about flying and being a superhero. At 11 p.m., you're still asleep. Now you're having a dream about being a Jedi Knight. An hour later, it's 12 o'clock, and it's the start of a new day. So we stop referring to the time as PM and start referring to it as AM. And it is no longer Monday, it's a new day. It's now Tuesday. And you're probably dreaming about the tacos you're going to have in the cafeteria. And that is AM versus PM.
That's all, folks.